today, so it's I'm very glad. So basically, I'm going to start with a short presentation. So I was briefed by hello Zoe and hello Jordi. Huh? Hello, thank you. So I will meet you in at ESADE in about 2 weeks' time because I'm coming for video reports in Barcelona for MBA Center. So I will have the opportunity to meet you. So basically, let's start from there. Where is my thing? Okay, so maybe this one. So basically, so thank you very much. So you see Zoe and Jordi. So we have a test prep center now in Italy. It's only open on Saturday, and so we put Bocconi, and most of the students that we have are Bocconi students. I expect this year an average of about 680 points, which is quite a lot for a class. With probably a range from 640 to 740, okay, and a median in the 680 probably as well. So it's a good school, very good students. So me myself, so I'm Dr. Hubert, as you know. So I'm developed the MBA Center, and a bit known because I scored 800 several times, and I've written many books in this field. So in the test prep. And of course, I believe I'm a GMAT expert because and a test expert because I write a lot about this, about the tests, about many things. So then Jordi from ESADE. So Jordi basically you're the associate director in charge of MBAs and masters at ESADE Business School. So all our students know about ESADE because they're all from Italy. So of course they know the school. I guess that you have an exchange program, by the way, with Bocconi, so they know about your school. Zoe, so you work, you're also an admission officer working for HEC. Your job is to take care of the promotion of the masters, okay? And you're in charge of Southern Europe, therefore of Italy, okay? So what about ESADE? Because you know, what could I say about ESADE? So recently I went to visit the campus in Madrid, even though the school is mainly from Barcelona. The school is one of the top 10. It's one of the top 10 best business schools in Europe. ESADE is the STEM's representative in Spain. The school has a BBA program, several masters, an MBA, an executive MBA. So it's one of the industry experts in this field. HEC Paris, well, what else can we say? I didn't put #1 European business school, but of course it's one of the top one. By the way, I have one of my kids who stays at HEC, so I can tell you, given the salary that he has now, that it's a very good school, okay, and really affordable, by the way. So HEC has no bachelor programs, so to say, but a lot of master programs, PhD programs, and MBA, okay. All the HEC programs are ranked in the top 5 in the FT. So of course it's a big pride for Europe and for the French to have such a great school. So basically, what we wanted to say is that, as you know, so in Milan, so we have a test prep center where we offer so live courses, okay, and with a lot of services, all possible services that you can dream of having on the GMAT. You have it in our package, and we also offer students a lot of info webinars, a lot of meetings with schools, ebooks, access to YouTube channel, etc. And the center has a team now of 5 people, and we just work on content. The content department is managed by Maggie, who does a wonderful job. So we produce 1 newsletter per day. So if you can imagine what it represents for the 70,000 members of the MBA Center, which is the fastest growing in the world today. The objective is to have the global leadership by late 2023. So the contacts that we have at MBA Center, so myself, so I come to Geneva, to Milan once a month to teach there. The rest of the time the class is online. I teach myself because the Italy project is my project. It's really a project that I've developed within MBA Center, but that's a project that I really wanted to develop myself. Maria, who is in charge of Spain, has decided to help me in Italy, and we have Salina with herself, Bocconi student, and who's helping us. So she's the person in the brand, okay, helping us develop this wonderful project. So basically, if you want to know more about what we do, we have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, etc., etc. Okay. So so I was asked that basically Jordi is going to give us a presentation. Okay, to start with. Okay, so a presentation about ESADE. So the way it would work today. So 10-minute presentation with ESADE, followed by a 10-minute presentation from HEC. Okay, and then we'll have a Q&A with our students. Okay, so we'll stop presenting. It's up to you, Jordi.
Fantastic. Thank you much. Thank you, Dr. Robert. Thank you for everyone for joining us this evening. It's a bit late, but I really appreciate that you're making the time to meet us today. So as Dr. Robert said, my name is Jordi and I'm the Associate Director here at ESADE. So I will be your main contact for anything you may need as you are based here in Italy, in beautiful Italy. So I have a short presentation about our MIM program. So just let me share my screen with you. I tried before, so I hope it works again. Can you see my screen, I guess? If
No, not yet, Jordi.
Not yet? Okay,
Yeah.
so what I planned, it didn't work.
You just share your screen. Yeah, it's coming, Jordi.
Okay,
Coming.
exactly. I can see it as well. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So let me make it bigger from here. Fantastic. So as you may know, ESADE, we are in just next to Barcelona in beautiful Spain. I'm sure that some of you have visited Barcelona and some of you are really wanted to come here. So we are a business school that we are a foundation. So that means a lot because we are not a business school that our aim is to make money. Our aim is really to help you, to really educate our students. So let me tell you a little bit more. Sorry, let me make it bigger. Okay, so we are accredited with the Triple Crown, with only a handful of schools have received. That's a fantastic accreditation, and we are very, very happy and proud of that, as you can see here. Three things that make us very different from other business schools, I will say that is this: our collaboration spirit, our hands-on experience, and focus on you. Here in our school, that maybe it's a bit different from what you had in before. You will have lots of business cases, lots of teamwork, lots of presentations, lots of things you will need to do in teams. And I can tell you now, it's going to be challenging because all of you come from different places, but as well you have a different background in terms of studying. But that's the beauty of that as well, because we want to make you ready for the next step when you go to work, I don't know, in Hong Kong, and you are in a team from people from everywhere. So we want to prepare you for that. That's why it's a very hands-on approach. We have something that is called student first. So you will receive what you're gonna so all the study cases and the preparation before you have the class. So you will have to come prepared to the class. And so again, it's very interactive. Let me tell you a little bit more about how it's going to be your class. So this is an example. This is this year. So we have 178 students from 33 nationalities. We split it in three sections. So more or less is around 60 people. Again, why is that? Because we want to have this very hands-on approach. We're very happy to have 42% of women. We are really fighting for this parity. As you know, like in different things at ESADE, we are, for example, #1 in MBA for women. And that's something that is really in our DNA as a school. The majority of them, they will come from management, but again, you can really see that some of them, they will come from engineering as well, or others. Here as well, the nationalities, as I said, 33%. Big part it's from Europe, as we are a business school in Europe, but as well the second one will be Asia. Here, I really like this map because here you can really see where your colleagues will be from. So again, you really name it, people and candidates from everywhere in the world. So what are the goals here in MIM? So how you will start and how you will end. So usually the incoming profile will be someone who has just finished the bachelor with limited working experience, but very smart and creative, who has really this eager of becoming a leader. So that's what we want to do here. Oh, sorry, I was too fast. What we want to help you to really become the next leader, to really be comfortable in difficult situations, to really know how to work in teams, how to really foster this teamwork, how to be responsible in your future job. So how do we do that? So let me tell you a little bit about the structure. So it's going to start in September 2022, and then it will last 12 months. We have three terms. So the first term is what we call the core courses, where you have different subjects where we really give you the knowledge of meme. Then you have the Christmas break. Then you will start the second term. Next year, it's gonna the study tours, as here it's mentioned, it's in April. It's gonna be in April or in January. Why is that? It depends on how the pandemic is gonna develop. As you know, nowadays things cannot be planned very much, right? Because things can change a lot. So it's gonna be in April or in January. But what's that? So in January, let's say you're gonna be you will go for 1 week to 3 to 15 days, and you will spend it in one of these universities. As you can see, it's universities around the world, from San Francisco to Cape Town to Shanghai to Los Angeles, and there you will be attending classes, but as well trying to meet as well our alumni there, or maybe visit other companies. So really having like an international experience. The other option will be to do skill seminars that it's going to be here at ESADE. So you will be learning from a specific topic. You will be able to learn that. So once you are back, so after that amazing experience, you're going to have the specialization, as we call. So here you're going to start to specialize depending on what you're looking for, depending on your goal. That's why, related to the third term, you're going to have the electives, once again, depending on what you're looking for. Then how you're going to finish? So the master project, so here it is. So you have three options. So you have an option to do a master thesis. So you can write about something at the topic. You can do an in-company project. So that's something that it's very interesting. You can do an internship, and you will be working. You will need to do a business plan related to that internship that you did, or you can do a business plan about a specific company that you choose that maybe you didn't do the internship. So this is how it's the meme during the 12 months. Something important, this international project. So this is going to be during the first term and second term. And what's that? Maybe you're wondering. So here you're going to be working with real companies. So real projects. So you will be like a real consultant in this project. So for example, big companies like L'Oreal, like Leroy Merlin, but as well startups. Look, for example, last year they had one project that it was a company based in Latin America that they wanted to launch. So real company, by the way. So company that they wanted to launch their products here in Spain. It was about ice cream, actually. So the students, they created a business plan of how to launch this product here in Spain. So a fun fact, for example, they receive ice creams from them as well to get familiar with the company. So again, extremely hands-on and extremely real. It's not that we tell you company A did that, company B. No, again, real companies. So what do we expect from you? Learning together. That's something, and I really like this picture, that a time at ESADE is not a race. Yeah, you need to learn together. So that's how it's very, very important, the collaboration and helping each other what you're going to face at the end. So that's as well to close a little bit. I really like this quote, both quotes, that coming together is the beginning, keeping together is the process, and working together is the success. So that's what we are really aiming for here at ESADE. That's all, but let me just stop my screen so you can see. myself again. So thank you for that. In terms of application, now maybe you are thinking, okay, what do I need? So very easy. You will start your application online, and you will need to put your CV, your passport, your transcripts, the diploma in the case you have finished. Then we take the GRE or GMAT. These are the two exams that we are taking. And then you will need to write different essays about different topics. Then we require as well 2 recommendation letters. I get asked this, what kind of recommendation letter? We want someone who knows you well. Yeah. Usually it will be ideal to have one professional and one from an academic team, so from your bachelor. But again, someone who knows you well. And that will be all. Then you can see it online. We have more or less one deadline every month. Sorry, that will be a bit too much. So every month, my advice is that you apply as soon as possible. It's really first come, first serve. So don't take your time to prepare the GMAT or the GRE, but work on that. Okay. As well, online you can check our scholarships. We call it awards. We try to help as much as we can to all our students. So I really encourage you to apply for scholarships. So that's all. I hope I was not too long.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, there will be a Q&A, Jordi. Huh? So the idea is that you present ESADE, and after that there will be a Q&A. So thank you very much.
Thanks to you
for the presentation. Zoe, up to you, Zoe.
Okay, hello. My name is Zoe Crabb. I'm a recruitment manager for HEC Paris, in charge of the regions that Dr. Silly already presented, so including Italy. I'm going to share my screen with a short presentation to try to make sure there's enough space and enough time at the end for the Q&A. But so welcome to this presentation. Is it working?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, great. So I'm going to present first the master's portfolio, the different master's programs we have at HEC Paris, and then I'll go into a little bit about life at HEC and then the admissions process. And I'm going to go through quite quickly so that we have time for that Q&A at the end. So our pre-experience program. So we are a business school, and we welcome students for anywhere for our pre-experience programs. They're for students that have between 0 and 3 years of professional experience. So our Master in Management is our 2-year program. It's our flagship program at HEC. It's really, this is what I'm going to talk about most today, is it's kind of a perfect transition for students from their bachelor's, from their university life, to going into the working world. And I'll explain that in a couple of slides quite quickly. But the first year is a generalist year where students are learning about management and business, kind of in a general sense. And then the second year, there's an optional gap year for students, and most of our students take advantage of that, which I'll talk about why in a few minutes. And then the second year of our program is a specialization, and I'll go into more detail when I get to that slide. Then we have several different specialized masters. Most of these are given solely in English, though we do have two that are offered in French, the Média, Art et Création, and the DMI, the Droit et Management International, which you can see at the bottom. The rest of them are fully given in English, the International Finance, Marketing, as you can see there. So these are really specialized programs. They're 1-year programs. You can, basically, you're quicker on the job market. That's the advantage of doing one of these. And it's just a specialized master. So students who know where they want to go with their career, and they already are really motivated by a certain subject. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Of course,
okay.
Yeah.
And who are motivated by a certain subject like international finance. If you know that's what you want to go, then the Master in International Finance may be for you. You may not want to do the 2-year program. So this is kind of about our Master in Management program, the class profile. So we have 250 students, international students, 40% of whom are women. So Jordy was saying that he'd love to have more women at ESADE, and we're exactly the same at HEC. We're looking to boost that up to 50%. All academic backgrounds are eligible. So you can see down at the bottom our MIM student background for our programs. Usually students are coming from a business management engineering background, but as you can see, all academic backgrounds are eligible. So even if you're not one of these specific backgrounds, you are still eligible to apply. And then the former university. So you can see on the little chart to the right, kind of where our students are coming from. You can see that predominantly our students are coming from Europe, but we have 30% from around the world. So this is the program structure of the first year at the Master in Management. So like I said, it's the generalist phase. The first year is really about taking your core courses and electives, and you do fact projects, which are where companies come to campus, and you do projects with the companies, and there's also conferences and live case studies. And then a lot of students take advantage of that optional gap year, and they do that because in order to graduate with your Master in Management, you do have to have professional experience. So a lot of students take that gap year to experience 1 to 2 internships in different fields, and that can actually help students to decide on their second year on their specialization, what they'd like to specialize. So most students take advantage of that gap year, and that's why to kind of say, you think, oh, I really would love to do the strategic management, and then you take an internship in strategic management and you go, oh, that wasn't for me at all. I'm glad I took that gap year and I took that internship and I found this out about myself. So that's why students, they kind of take that gap year to feel things out and to get their professional experience. Then the specializations, you can see here are the different examples of management specializations students can choose on HEC campus. So it's all of our specialized master's choices, which you saw in that first couple of slides: strategic management, international finance, marketing, etc. And then we also have a whole list of double degrees. So you can apply to go to your second year in Brazil, in Berlin, in Berkeley, California. You can really, we have a whole host of partner universities, I think over 100 different partner universities. So you can really choose, the world is your oyster for that second specialization phase. You can stay in HEC Paris and do a business related or a management related specialization, or you can go to one of our partner universities and do a double degree or a specialization in their university. And then while you're at HEC Paris, so those 2 to 3 years that you're at HEC, we have 5 career fairs that we offer, and we have a huge alumni network. We have over almost 70,000 alumni worldwide in over 100 different countries. So that's a really added value to your degree. And then throughout the time you spend at HEC, you have access to our career services and networking events. So where do our students go after the Master in Management? You can see that 40% of graduates are working outside their home country. Over to the right, you can see predominantly they're in Europe, France, and the UK, but there's a good 20% that go elsewhere in the world. 8% of students launch their own company, and you can see sort of the different sectors where our students are working. They're working predominantly in consulting and financial services, but as you can see, they go in all sorts of different areas after their degree. So I'm just going to go really quickly over campus and student life. So HEC Paris is actually located outside of Paris, between Paris and Versailles. It was actually moved in the 60s from Paris, and one of the first universities in Europe to be moved away from the city. So HEC did that because they wanted to have a more dynamic campus life. There's 340 acres of forest and there's a lake. So we like to say that it's kind of a US style campus because you can do everything on campus, and it's really its own sort of village. You can by itself. It's outside the city. It's really a place for students can network within each other and sort of there's over 130 different student associations, be they humanitarian, professional, or cultural. So it's really, there's like a vivid student life, student sort of spirit about HEC. And the way I say it's a US style campus, but with a French touch, because there is a castle on campus. There's the chateau. So the different student associations, they could be anywhere from the Italian Cooking Club to the Women in Business Club. There's really Energy Conservation Club. There's all different sorts of clubs and associations you can join, and you can check out on our website in more detail which one would be interesting to you. And if you can't find your happiness, you can always create your own your own club or your own student association once you live on campus. So how to apply? All right, so the application process is a 4-step process at HEC. You start with filling out your online application with the supporting documents, which you can see below, including a 1-page CV, your GMAT score, 2 recommendation letters, one of which must be academic, an English language proficiency exam, and €110 application fee. You gather all those documents together and then submit them by the deadline, which I'll show you on the next slide. And then it will go to the admissibility. And at that point, the admissibility jury is going to look at the documents that you've provided and your essay questions, and they're going to decide if we would like to meet you in an interview. And then the next step is the interview process. It's a 20 to 25-minute interview via Zoom or via Zoom. And then the next step is admission. You'll receive an admission letter or a waitlist or denied letter. Do I still have time to go in, Dr.
But now
Sully?
we can have a Q&A now,
Okay.
for the students. I think that they want to see. So the first question that they have, maybe Jody, you can answer. It's the question of the GPA. Okay, because probably students, they probably know that most of them may have applied for a bachelor degree or a master degree in the UK. You know that, for instance, in the UK, they have like a minimum requirement. Okay, and if you don't reach the minimum requirement, you cannot get in. Okay, so does ESADE has a minimum GPA requirement?
Very good. That's one of the most popular questions, right? About GPA. Look, let me tell you, here at ESADE, we are in a business school that we care about different things. So we are at a business school that it's only black and white, that we only care about your GPA and your GMAT. We consider different things. Of course, your academic background, if you had any international experience, your GPA, the GMAT. Then the second part, it will be your professional experience. Even it's not mandatory to have professional experience, we always recommend to have somehow an internship that brings more value to your profile. And then the third part, it will be your personal impact. So that's how you are as a person. That's why we ask you for 2 recommendation letters. That's why we have an interview with the admissions team, and then as well the essays that you need to write. So all of this is important. It's not, once again, that we care only about the GPA or about the GMAT. But answering to your question, I will say that the average of GPA for Italian students, it will be 27, 28 out of 30. And the GMAT, I will say that the average is around 650, 660. That's what I will say.
Thank you very much, Jordi. Now,
Thank you.
basically, yes, to give you an idea, is that yes, schools such as LSE or Imperial have a minimum GPA, okay? But neither IEC, IE, HEC, ESADE have a minimum GPA. Of course, the higher the better, okay? And of course, the GMAT can compensate a lower GPA. I would say, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Zoe or Jordi, but the GMAT is more important than the grades, okay? Yeah, you agree? Alors, what is,
I don't know if I'd agree for HEC. It's looked at, your application is looked at as a whole in a holistic. So we do take into account if you have a average GPA and a very high GMAT that can compensate, but I don't know that it's more important.
okay, but okay. So basically, that's interesting what Zoe tells you. So basically, Zoe, imagine that I'm a second-class student, okay? I studied, I don't know, at the Bocconi. I'm a second-class student. I didn't do very well because I had a part-time job. I was a member of many associations, but I scored 710, okay? Can my 710 compensate my the fact that I'm not first class, but second class, that have sort of 2.2, if you consider that, if you take the UK standard, that I'm a 2.2 student, but I scored 710. Will it compensate?
I wouldn't say, it depends on like multiple factors. So we take into account the GMAT score and the GPA, but then it will also be included with your internship or your extracurricular activities, and as well if you have, like we say, intercultural intercultural sensitivity. So that means maybe different languages that you've learned, or contact with international people, or sort of an experience abroad, all of those things. And then as well, your strong motivation, which you can exhibit in the essay questions. But all of those elements are equally important and they're all taken into account.
Okay, so it's a good thing. Now the second thing that students are asking me, that comes over. Now basically for the language test, all the schools ask for language test. They will not ask for one if you have studied in an English-speaking environment, okay? An English-speaking environment can be pretty broad, okay? But basically, for US university, so you have to really study in an English-speaking country, okay? Studying in an English university abroad is not enough, okay? But the policy, I imagine, for ESADE, and it's the same for HEC. For instance, imagine that I've completed my BBA at ESCP, okay? I have a 3-year BBA program at ESCP. So would you ask me for my TOEFL and IELTS? Will you ask for one, Jordi, at ESADE? Will you ask for language test if I have a BBA in English from ESCP, for instance? You're on mute, Jordi, you're on mute, yeah.
So I was on mute. Sorry. So yes, exactly. So if you did your bachelor in English, I know that some as well, that you don't need to do it abroad. I know that, for example, Bocconi, they have lots of bachelors in English. You don't need to do the English test, so IELTS, TOEFL, or something. We just need the official transcripts mentioning that your bachelor was taught in English. So that's all that we need.
And also, at the same time, as you know, when you're at Bocconi, by the way, I have several Bocconi students who are now at HEC in an exchange program, and I think that they are taught in English at that time. The second question that comes over and over is the question of the starting date. As you know, for instance, HEC has an MBA that has 2 starting dates, September and January. IE has an MIM that has 2 starting dates, September and January. At HEC, there's only one starting date, which is September. Yes? Zoe?
Yes. Yeah. For all the master's programs that I talked about today, those are all starting intake in September.
And same thing for ESADE, Jordi. The starting date is September only. So that's a question that comes over and over. Because you see, sometimes some students will, for many reasons, they have to complete an internship and they will finish in October, November. So basically, what I would suggest is that you find an agreement with the employer, and maybe you do the internship online in the evening and try to find an agreement. Of course, it would be stupid to waste 1 year for an unpaid internship. Okay, The second question that comes over and over, you see, it's MIM versus MSc. Okay. So basically, some students, for instance, the student from Bocconi, as you know, they have a bachelor. Most of the students we have, they complete a bachelor in economics, international business, economics. Okay, and they tell me that they hesitate because they have the feeling that if they go, for instance, for the HEC MIM, it will be something like very similar with the general management degree in English. So how different are you from a BBA program? And why would a student take a 2-year program, the MIM, versus the specialized program?
So the Master in Management program, if you come from Bocconi and you've taken some of the general core courses already, you can actually waive some of those classes and take more electives that are interesting to you. So that's something to think about. But I think the advantage to doing the Master in Management versus the specialized masters at HEC is going to be that you have a transition. It's really the transition into the working world that's quite like it's over the course of 2 to 3 years you're doing this master's program, and then you're making the transition from full on studies during your bachelor to in the working world when you do your internships during your gap year. And then whereas the specialized masters, you really hit the ground running. It's very fast paced. In September, students who join our specialized masters, they're already applying for their internships for the following summer. So it's very fast paced. It's 10 months of class and then your internship professional experience. So it just goes, it's much quicker paced and you're faster on the workforce.
Okay. Well, basically that's the way it is. So but it would be of course up to you to choose, dear students. So basically you see, Zoe, we have a lot of students, for instance, from the Bocconi who want to go for MIF. Okay, so they want to do Master in International Finance because they want to work in banking. Okay, so they already know what they want to do. So they believe that the MIF will be for them a sort of fast track, and they believe that they know enough. They have a general management knowledge that is broad enough, and they want to specialize. So I would say that 20% of our students from the Bocconi, they go for Master in Finance. You see, Zoe. Okay, yeah. And of course, the MIF at HEC is one of their key choice. They want to go now. HEC will take them. It's another story. Now there's another question that I would like to ask you now, Jordi, is that in terms of masters, you have a different program, okay? Because HEC MIM is a 2-year program, and the ESADE program is a 1-year program. Alors, it's possible to do it 2 years if you do the SEMS program. So that if you do the SEMS program, you can have 1 year at ESADE, and the second year, one of the 34 partners of the SEMS network. But why has ESADE decided to offer a 1-year program and not a 2-year program like HEC or ESSEC or ESCP do?
Mm-hmm. Very good, very good question. And exactly as you said, we are the only school here in Spain that we offer a SEMS. As well, the other option will be to do an internal master that you can do it here at ESADE, or you can do it external with one of our partner schools. The reason of why we decided to do only the 1 year is like, why to wait another extra year to find a job and really go into the professional experience and professional work. So that's really the reason. We don't want to keep you here for 2 years. We want you to really prepare you very well and really jump into the working experience.
Yeah. Alors, there was a student who was telling me that in France, masters are 2-year masters, okay? So no, INSEAD is a 1-year program, okay? And anyway, I would like to say, if you want something shorter, but you ask for an MSc at HEC, okay? If you go for an MSc, it will be 1-year program, okay? And basically, it comes from, in reality, for historical reasons, that the core course at HEC is the Grande École Programme, and the Grande École Programme is an MIM, and people complete this MIM 3 years after their preparatory classes. Okay, so that's the way it is. So it can be explained through historical factors that we have here. Alors, basically, for information, I've interviewed last week Lisa Duke, and Lisa Duke created the MIM, at London Business School. And of course, London Business School had the same problem, 2 years versus 1 year, okay? And she explained to us why, for instance, LBS has developed a 1 year MIM program, but again, with the possibility to extend it, okay, through an exchange program, a 6-month exchange program, and also through an internship, okay? So basically, it seems that schools are pretty flexible on that respect. By the way, to give you an idea, Jordi, so I have a son who went to HEC, and he even had a gap year. So he did. It took him a lot of time to complete the program, and he came from preparatory classes. So it was a different story. So it took him 4 years to do the program, and of course the gap year is maybe interesting. You see, Jordi, it's interesting, but probably through ESADE there is the same possibility. Alors now, there's a question that comes over and over. It's the question of the fact that, you see, let's put it that way. We know that today that's the way things are, and I'm very sad for that. But the economic center of the world is more between the US and Asia. You agree with that? And probably soon more even towards Asia. And a lot of my students say, but if I study, especially the students that are from outside Europe, okay, there are not many today, but also some from Bocconi. If I study, for instance, in France or in Spain, okay, I would have to work in France and in Spain, okay. And I would like you to explain to us, Zoe, and then Jordi, okay, that no, it's not because you study at Juan-Josas, which is the city where HEC is based, that you're going to have to work near Juan-Josas, which is near Versailles or near Paris. So how does it work exactly? How does HEC enhance its graduates study abroad or work abroad? Sorry.
Okay, so to start out with, I think what I'm going to talk about is the alumni network. We have almost 70,000 alumni in over 100 countries. And really, if you study at HEC Paris, it doesn't just mean you have to work in Paris, especially if you do a degree in English. You may be limited in the sort of job opportunities in Paris proper, because if you don't speak French, you may only have access to international companies, whereas the HEC degree is recognized and it can open the doors to Europe. Our students go to the UK, they go, even our Italian students will go back to Italy. We have Germany, Spain, alumni networks in all of those places in Europe, and then as well smaller contingents in Asia and North America. But I guess the thing about HEC is the alumni network, I'm going to say, and as well as if your specialization year, if you do one of our double degrees, you can always study in the US or in Asia and start networking when you're studying one of those countries.
Okay, so same thing for ESADE. So how will you help students develop their career outside Spain if they don't want to stay in Spain?
Very good. So how, since day one, so our careers, they're going to help you since day one, really helping you. Where do you want to reach? Improving your interview skills, improving your CV, with the different career fairs that we have it on campus and as well online. Something good that with the pandemic came, as well that we are reaching lots of different companies, as well the alumni that we have around the world, more than 75 alumni around the world, all chapters. So like the small associations in each country. So for example, in Italy we have it in Milan and we have it in Rome. So they keep doing events. We are back to events as well now, on like face to face. They just did one actually recently last week in Milan. So again, all of this. So that's how they're gonna help you since day one. I always say that's a work together, right? It's not that one student can go in May like looking for a job, not at all. Again, you will need to work together with careers since they want to really help you reach your goals in terms of what you want to do. We have different teams in careers with consultancy, healthcare, industry, finance. So they are specialized in that sector. So, for example, if you want to go to finance, you will visit the team members in finance, and they will really guide you into that.
Okay. So thank you very much. So, so I'm going to ask you a question now. So, so what do you like in Italian applicants, especially from applicants from the Bocconi? What is your experience with Bocconi students? Okay. So I know that HEC, for instance, has an exchange program. You want more Italian students? What piece of advice will you give to our Bocconi students today? Zoe.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was for
that's
Jordi.
Jordi,
Okay. Yes. So, what do we like in Bocconi students? We really pleased with their academic excellence and their competitive GMAT scores, but we're also looking for students that have had either participation in their extracurricular activities or some sort of internship or international exposure in some way. And then strong motivation. It's very important to fill out very attentively your essay questions and to show how motivated you are to join our school, because that's what's going to eventually bring you to the interview.
Okay. Jordi, what do you like in Bocconi students?
Very good. So yeah, more or less like similar, like we know how prepared you are coming from Bocconi with amazing GPAs and great GMATs. As well, as I said at the beginning, we are really like making a holistic evaluation. But at the same time, we are looking for people that really believes in ESADE and it is really matching our values. So integrity, this is something that is very important for us, and diversity. We want people, candidates that they really enhance and really foster this environment. And then as well, people that they are really worried and they want to really contribute in a more sustainable society. And that's what I will say that we are looking for.
Okay, so basically to sum up, so I would like to tell you my experience as an educator that I have with my student from Italy, and I would say that usually, of course, you're lucky. It's definitely the best student from Italy. Okay, so you'll find the best student in Italy for business. You'll find them at the Bocconi. Eventually at the Luis in Rome, but we're not present in Rome, and at the Cattolica, and I had good students from the Cattolica. The reason why you have the best student from Italy is that Bocconi is the only university in Italy that has an entry test. Basically, after the high school diploma, you have to pass a test, which is a sort of SAT. And Bocconi, since everybody wants to study in the best management university in Italy, Bocconi will get the best students. Okay, so you can be sure that you'll have the best students from Italy, business students from Italy. Second of all, they have studied business. Okay, they have not studied engineering or whatever. So if they have a good GPA, you know that it will correlate very highly with what you have at school. Third of all, they are very international because their program is taught in English. Okay, and they have usually a year abroad. Okay. The weakness of the Bocconi students, and they know because I tell them, they lack professional experience because it's very difficult in Italy, you see, Jordi and Zoe, to get an internship when you're 18, 19, 20 years old. It's not really developed. By the way, I have many Bocconi students who have no work experience, okay, and not one, many. And when they have something, it's very not what we call an internship, okay? It's not Paris, it's not London, okay? So that's something that basically they have to develop. Maybe now we talk of online job. Maybe they can have like an online internship. So that's something that is missing. Of course, I'm always surprised when I'm in class to see their level of English. Okay, pretty good. Okay, they are very astute. So as I told you, MD Center Milan, because we have 95% of our students are from Bocconi, we'll have something like 680. It's higher than MD Center in Bombay, MD Center in Delhi. These centers where usually, as you know, Indians score pretty high. So that's the place in Europe where we have the highest scores. Okay, and I'm very proud of that. Okay, to have so bright students. And I see when I'm in class that it's very nice for me to teach them because they are fast, they are intelligent, and they are very ambitious. Okay, so Zoe, thank you very much. Okay, we'll have a similar webinar probably later on this winter, and we'd like to have like this one in winter, so one per quarter. but don't worry, you're not wasting your time. You have the best possible student you can dream about. Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Dr. Silly,
Yeah.
can I leave my email address in the
Yeah,
the
of course.
chat for students?
Yeah, and you as well, Georgie. Can you leave your contact information? But at the same time, they know you, huh? Don't worry. Calvin asked for a question. Okay, so what is your last question, Calvin? Calvin is very knowledgeable. Calvin.
Yeah, thank you, Dr.
Yeah.
Weber. It's
Yeah.
not related to the applications. I
Okay.
just was curious to know that you are Normalien, but I would like to know which École Normale Supérieure you did.
So I
there
went
is
to
many.
Cachan, but now it became Cachan became Saclay, Paris-Saclay. I think that they have
Saclay.
changed their name. Okay.
And
So
you are also an agrégé en sciences sociales, but is a French one or does it
Belgium
exist?
one, Belgium one, agrégé
Belgium
université, agrégé, because
Okay.
I'm French and Belgium. Yeah, so I have a Sciences Po and Normal Sup in France and agrégation universitaire in Belgium. Voilà.
Okay, thank you.
And I went to Harvard as well. So thank you very much for being with us. So Calvin, I hope that I will see you in class. Huh? Calvin, finally, because I did not see you in class, in our class.
Yeah.
So are you French, Calvin? Yes, are you French?
Yes, I'm French.
Okay. So thank you very much for being with us. My CV is not very important. And I hope to see you, looking forward to meeting you soon. I know that we also have like an event with all the school in Lausanne as well, with HEC Lausanne, EPFN, and EHL. I think, I don't know, so we have invited some of you. So we try to develop at MBA Center, like centers of excellence. And Lausanne is another one, very impressive between EPFL, HEC Lausanne, and EHL. Very impressive students as well, very, very impressive. Okay, not as good as here, but not bad as well. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Bye-bye, Kevin. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.